Hello, agents. Welcome to the Ingress Insights podcast, hosted by PkmnTrainerJ. Ingress Insights aims to give you the latest news and updates about the Niantic Spatial game Ingress. Whether you're a veteran agent who has recursed 17 times or a brand new agent working to level 8, wondering what a fracker is, this is your place for the latest Ingress news and discussions. 2026 sees Ingress renewed under Niantic Spatial and many new campaigns to engage agents. So, plenty to discuss. Share any thoughts by checking our social media links. Now, over to Ada.
Additional intel available.
Hello agents, and welcome to the 139th episode of Ingress Insights. In this week's episode, we're going over the Plus Gamma results. We've had a few results from there for the first Saturdays that happened all over the world. And we've got a few little updates on Ingress, including app updates depending on the OS you're on. And then finally, I'll look over the NL-1331 event that's running and the campaigns with that, as well as a little look at a recon section at the end. So first of all, I get into the Plus Gamma news. As I said, there's a little bit of news because we've had the results for the first Saturday. So if you remember, you scored points for attending first Saturday and you got Plus Gamma tokens as well. So if you attended the first Saturday in January, you will already have your Bronze Plus Gamma Anomaly badge. The Ingress team updated that in the number of participants in the January event, it was 1,754 enlightened attendees and 1,712 resistance attendees. So that does mean the first Saturday season points at the moment are 175.4 to enlighten versus 171.2 for resistance. These will increase obviously with the events we've got coming in February and March. We don't yet have the XM anomalies happening for the Plus Gamma event. Those are next month, but I'll go through those in a bit more detail once we get some further updates for those. But at the moment, those are the points for the Plus Gamma Anomaly season. On to general Ingress news. There was an app update this week, so there were issues where agents couldn't upload their nominations, scans, anything with a photo or video, basically. So if you had things like that saved on upload later, they wouldn't go, they'd stick at 0% and not go anywhere. And a sort of post on Reddit, and Brian Rose replied on the 21st of January to say, we have a fix for uploading portal nominations, edits, and portal scans coming from Android users in Ingress 3.3.2 release, which is now out, so go and get that. Brian also noted one more thing: if you've got portal nominations, edits, and scans sitting in a upload later queue, don't uninstall and reinstall the new version because you'll lose all your scans and save portal nominations. So as I said, this has been fixed as an app release only on Android. So if you're on iOS, you won't have anything to update because it was able to be fixed server side for iOS. So I don't know quite what the issue was, but it has been sorted. So you're able to upload those again. So make sure you do update. There is still the issues we've had with portal nominations anyway, with the text being entered and weird things like that. So hopefully that gets fixed in a later update. And this is just a little quick one to sort that out. What I'll go over next is the NL-1331 campaign and event, which has just started, so I'll get into that. We've had the virtual NL-1331 New Year tour begin. So this is running, say, from now until the 2nd of February, 5 p.m. UTC. Regardless of whether you've got a van pulse or not, you've got double AP for all actions. You can activate up to 26 kinetic capsule programs. And Drone's Eye View is available for everyone. So whether you've got a core subscription or not, you can use the Drone's Eye View and move your map view around and see portals really far away. That's a handy thing. The virtual NL-1331 New Year tour has brought with it 3 campaigns. So there is the free one, which everyone gets regardless of, as I say, whether you've got a van there, whether you're paying CMU or not. So for that one, it's 7 campaigns, 7 assignments. I need to complete 2 out of the 3 bounties to be able to proceed on there. The first one has got doing walking 2 kilometers will get you 1 Niantic beacon. Recharging portal to 50,000 XM will get you 3 resonators, obviously level 8 if you're level 8 and above. And deploying 24 resonators will get you 3 common heat sinks. And completing that assignment will get you 3 XMP bursts for your level. The second assignment is claiming 1 kinetic capsule, and that will give you 3 XMP bursters. Deploying 12 portal mods will get you 2 common portal shields. Drone hacking 3 portals will get you 3 resonators, and if you complete all those, that gets you 1 hypercube. Or if you complete 2 out of 3 of those, you can complete 3 if you want. The third assignment is capturing 1,331 MU, and for that you get 3 resonators. Recharging 80,000 XM gets you 3 common heat sinks. Hacking 30 pulses gets you 2 power cubes. And completing 2 or 3 of those will get you 2 Niantic beacons and move you on to the fourth assignment. For the fourth assignment, you need to walk 3 kilometers, which gets you 5 level 1 resonators. Using 5 beacons will get you 2 rare portal shields. Just to remind you, you can use the peace beacons you can create for that. You don't have to spend and get any from the store. And again, drone hacking 3 portals there will get you 3 common multi-hacks, and completing assignment 4 will get you 1 rare kinetic capsule. The fifth assignment, you need to claim 2 kinetic capsules, and then you get 3 level 4 resonators. Deploy 48 resonators will get you 2 power cubes, and recharging portals 132,100 XM will get you 3 XMP bursters, and completing all the things, or say at least 2 of them for assignment 5 will get you 3 XMP bursters. As for the sixth assignment, you need to earn 100 glyph hack points, which will get you 5 XMP bursters. Deploying 20 portal mods will get you 1 Ito EN plus, and drone hacking 5 portals will get you 2 common multi-hacks and 2 common heat sinks. Completing at least 2 of those and moving on to the next assignment will get you 2 hypercubes. And the final assignment, walk 5 kilometers, will get you 2 power cubes. Capturing 13,310 MU will get you 1 Ito EN minus, and recharging pulse with 200,000 XM will get you 3 resonators. And again, completing at least 2 of those will get you the assignment cleared off and get you 5 Niantic beacons. So that's the first one I said, the free one that's available for everyone. That should be at the top of your campaign list. You do have until the 9th of February, 5 p.m. UTC to complete this and the premium campaign as well, which I'll get onto now. The premium campaign is 15,000 CMU to activate in the store, so you'll be able to see all the assignments for it if you've not activated it yet. And for that, you need to complete at least 4 out of the 5 bounties that are on there. If you've not brought it, you'll still be able to see which ones you have completed. It will count those on there. So the first bounty to do on the virtual NL-1331 New Year Tour medal campaign is deploying 31 resonators, and that will get you 10 Niantic beacons. Walk 13 kilometers, and that will get you 1 apex. Using 20 beacons will get you 1 rare kinetic capsule. Again, you can use your free piece ones you can make yourself. Earning 26 glyph hack points will get you 5 resonators. And activating 1 apex boost will get you 10 Niantic beacons. So lots of beacons to get on there. If you complete at least 4 out of those 5 bounties and claim before the 9th of February, 5 p.m. UTC, you'll get the virtual NL-1331 New Year Tour medal on your profile. As I said, there is a third campaign as well. So the surprise that was mentioned in the initial blog post is that if you hack a van portal that's appeared on the map, you'll get a virtual NL-1331 New Year Tour on location campaign. This is quite straightforward. It's got 2 tasks to do on there. So capturing 1,331 MU mined units will get you 1 Niantic beacon. Releasing 1,331 mine units from opponent fields will get you 1 Niantic beacon, and completing at least one of those bounties and claiming it on the assignment, say it's done, will get you 1 Niantic beacon. So it's just 3 Niantic beacons on there to claim, but it's nice to be able to get some extras for being on location there. Finally, before I get into where all the vans are, the Ingress team posted on their social media. You called, the van answered. The first batch of NL-1331 portals now live. We've selected the most coordinated community signals from your post to kick off virtual NL New Year Tour 2026. Is your landmark on the map? Open your scanner to find out. Agents at these locations can now access an exclusive localized campaign. Don't forget, everyone globally can still earn the brand new virtual NL-1331 via the premium campaign. Ready to summon the next wave, post a community photo and portal link with hashtag NL1331. So it looks like we'll still get additional waves of the vans, as there are vans already on the map now. There's 45, and I'm going to go through the list that the Ingress Updates English Extra channel posted. So there's a few to go through on here, and you can accidentally pronounce many names of the locations incorrectly, so do correct me if I'm wrong. NL-1331A is stopping at Antwerp, Belgium, Akita, Japan, and Adelaide in Australia. NL-1331B is in Berlin, Germany, Brno, Czechia, Busan, South Korea, Beppu, Japan, Brisbane, Australia, Buenos Aires, Argentina, Brasilia, Brazil. NL-1331C is in Columbus, Georgia in the US, Augusta, Georgia in the US, and Charlotte, North Carolina in the US. NL-1331D is stopped in Des Moines, Iowa, USA. There are no NL-1331Es in this round of vans. There is one NL-1331F, which is in Shenyang, China. NL-1331G is in Galle in Sri Lanka. NL-1331H is in Le Havre, France. There's no NL-1331Is in this wave. NL-1331J is in Jelgava, Latvia. NL-131K has 2 vans, one in Copenhagen in Denmark and one in Bangkok in Thailand. NL-131L is in Lund in Sweden and Los Angeles in California in the US. There's 4 NL-1331M vans, so there's one in Mexico City in Mexico, Maebashi, Japan, Manila, Philippines, and Matara in Sri Lanka. There are no NL-1331Ns yet showing on the map. For NL-1331O, that's in Okayama, Japan. NL-1331P has 2 vans, one in Pamplona, Spain, and one in Petaling Jaya, Malaysia. There's no NL-1331Q vans yet on this wave, so maybe they'll be in future ones. NL-1331R is in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and Rouen in France. And NL-1331S has quite a few, so there's some in San Pedro Sula, Honduras, San Salvador in El Salvador, Santiago in Chile, Sao Paulo, Brazil, Shanghai, China, Sheongnam, South Korea, and Sapporo, Japan. NL-1331T is in Tampa, Florida, Toronto, Canada, Tel Aviv Yafo in Israel, Taichung in Taiwan, and Taramoto in Japan. NL-1331U is visiting Salt Lake City in Utah in the USA. There's no NL-1331V vans in this wave. There is one NL-1331W, which is in Warsaw, Poland. Sorry. And there's no X, Y, or Z vans yet. So maybe we'll see those pop up in the next wave. We're not sure when the next wave is going out for the vans yet, but you can still post on Reddit, Instagram, X, if you're still using that for whatever reason, and Blue Sky. There's a specific tag flare on the R Ingress subreddit, so you can tag it on there, make it easier for the team to see, and then keep the post more contained for the staff moderating R Ingress. Makes it easier on them. I haven't had any show up near me. In fact, going through that list, I don't think there's any in the UK at all. So maybe we'll include in the next wave if people did post pictures up. I'm sure the Scottish lot are usually quite active and getting posts up and doing things. So I'm sure they've got one that went out somewhere on Blue Sky or Instagram maybe. And I kind of expect one in Cambridge because that's quite an active community too. But I haven't seen any vans pop up in the UK in that list. Let's say them mostly US, Japan, China on there. There's a majority. So if you haven't had one, let's say make sure you get a post up of your community. See if you can get the van out to yourself before the end of the event. And then following the event, we'll get the shards coming on the 8th of February as well. So we'll have to see what actually happens with those and how they're used. But that about covers everything for the NL-1331 event. Outside of the NL-1331 event, there are the campaigns still ongoing. So the Redux campaign still runs for a little while, and you've got the daily Operation Polaris bounties one going. So people have already earned the bear badge if you've done all your 52 assignments 3 times in a row. Some people have chosen to stay at the first badge or the second badge because they prefer the design. Obviously, it's up to you however you want to participate in play. It was a free campaign anyway, so it's nice to get a little extra badge there and look at all of that. Next week, I'm not around. I'm taking a bit of time off. So what I'll do is run through the February schedule, because by the time I come to record the next podcast and get things on there, it will be deep into February. So I want to run through that firstly here. The first event we've got for February is the 7th of February, first Saturday. Again, you get some plus Gamma Anomaly points for your team from there and get the badge tick yourself for first Saturday and get the bronze badge if you've not attended one previously, or get more points if you've already got the bronze badge for the plus Gamma series. You can have a look on Fev Games and see what's available on there in your area where you can travel to, or speak with your faction, speak with someone from the other faction about organising one for March. The following day, on the 8th of February, is the Shard investigation NL-1331. So this is related to the ongoing NL-1331 campaign, where you can take control of shards emerging on NL-1331 portals / where they visited recently. So I'm assuming that'll be a link to the nearby portals that were suggested by players with the links on there. So keep an eye on those. You'll be able to take control of shards and do something with them. It's not clear as to what yet. The 8th of February is also second Sunday, so you can upload your scans, do your 6 missions, complete whatever you want to on there from the dispatch campaigns to increase your second Sunday medal by 1 count, and that runs from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. local time. Then on the 10th of February from 5 p.m. UTC to the 20th of February 5 p.m. UTC, we have an Ingress Valentine's 2026 event. We don't have any further details on that. It just says stay prepared for new directives. I would imagine a badge, a campaign, maybe a free campaign, a paid campaign, maybe the return of the Misty Hannah Valentine's Day badge that we had last time alongside a new badge, but have to wait and see. Maybe lots of heart glyphs. I say no further details at the moment. I'm just speculating. Then during that event, we have the Plus Gamma global campaign that kicks off. This is a much shorter global campaign than we've had previously. So this only runs from the 13th of February 5 p.m. UTC to the 23rd of February at 5 p.m. UTC. And again, we've got no further details apart from stay prepared for new directives. Also starting and ending the same time, so 13th February, 5 p.m. UTC, 23rd of Feb, 5 p.m. UTC, is the Year of the Horse 2026, so our Lunar New Year event. Again, probably a badge, a free campaign, and a paid campaign. Maybe being able to buy the previous Lunar New Year badge, because that's happened the past few times. And again, we've got no details, just says stay prepared for new directives on there yet again. And then finally, to round out February, on the very last day, we've got the XM anomalies in Lisbon, Portugal, and Charlotte, North Carolina in the US. So those are our first plus Gamma anomalies on the ground for this season, and they'll be followed up with the ones later on in March. So that's what we've got going on in February, and then I'll get into more detail when we get more information on the events like the Valentine's event or the Lunar New Year event, and I'll share those once Niantic share more details on them and get those out there. And then just to wrap things up with Recon, the last few episodes I've gone through and looked at the tooltips surrounding nomination on there. So we've looked at the appropriate, thumbs up, thumbs down, I don't know. Looked at safe. So now it's a case of going through accuracy. So this is the third question you're asked when reviewing a portal nomination. It asks you, is the submitted photo, title, location, and description, if exists, accurate and informative? And again, you can do a thumbs up that lets you carry on. A thumbs down will end the review process and presumably reject. And you can say, I don't know, if you're not sure. The team do say the submission is accurate and informative if the title and or description is the official title if known. If there's no official title, then a title that distinguishes it from other nearby portals. Is the description a realistic, accurate, or informative written representation of the object or place marker? I'm just going to interject here on reading this through. So when it's saying if there's no official title that distinguish it, don't make it trail marker number 7. I use like distinguished features in the area like trail marker and I put brackets footbridge, or I don't know, I'm trying to think of portals that they're nearby, like the King Charles coastal footpath thing that's all over England. I just put a bit in brackets of where it's nearby, so if it's near a cafe or something like that, or near another walk, just to distinguish it from the 457 other ones that may be around the country that maybe you've got keys for to help you know which one is which. For photo, they say is of the actual permanent physical tangible identifiable object or place marker from an area. It is well composed. Portal or place marker is sent without too much foreground or background or objects passing by in front. It is clear, sharp, with good exposure. So basically don't take a shit photo, take a decent photo. The location looks correct on the map. obviously evaluate that, looking at Street View, checking other things nearby, checking other portals in the proximity. Niantic Spatial say the submission is not accurate or informative if the photo includes one or more emojis, tags, or personally identifiable information such as code names, personal names or initials or addresses, copyrighted material or watermarks, including screenshots of someone else's photo, is obviously doctored, includes people, body parts, or live animals subject matter, is blurry, over/underexposed, taken inside a car, contains a watermark, which I think they already said, or is improperly orientated. So I see quite a lot of phones now come with a watermark they place on their photos, sort of say like Samsung plus whatever on there. So you can disable that in the settings of your phone. Obviously, reject them if you do see them like that, because that is a watermark. The title and description seems copied or pasted from other sources, includes emojis, tags, or personally identifiable information such as code names, Niantic Spatial game specific information. So there it says XMP bursters or something in the description is not relevant. Personal names or initials, addresses, HTML, URLs, or text unrelated to the portal or place marker. So you can put a URL in your supporting information, don't put it in your description, and don't reject if someone's put a URL in the supporting information. That's absolutely fine. It just can't be in the title or description. They say it's not accurate or informative if the location looks inaccurate on the map, so that's pretty straightforward. If it's not where they say it is, then reject it. Or anything else that violates Niantic Spatial's terms of service. I'm not going to go through the whole terms of service on this podcast, so you can read that yourself if you do want to. Recon at the moment still remains for level 16 or recurse agents, so there's unfortunately no level lowering that's happened as yet. I assume they're still working out some of the little bugs, such as the upgrades telling you've earned one and then not going anywhere, not anything happening with it. That's about it from me for this episode, everyone. So, as I said, I'm not around next week, so there'll be a kind of cover episode. It won't go through any news, it'll just cover a certain feature or certain story about Ingress. And then things will go back to normal. We'll have our regularly scheduled podcast for the 8th of February. So we'll go through all the news and happenings that have gone on since then. Go through how the campaign's gone for the NL-1331 van, whether I got one turn up in my area. Thank you, agents, for listening. Hope you have a great day and happy hacking. Thank you, agents, for listening to the latest episode of the Ingress Insights podcast. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can do that in a couple of ways. So the easiest way to support the podcast is via Patreon. So you can find it at patreon.com/Ingress Insights. And there's a free tier, a $1 a month tier, whatever that is in your local currency, and a $5 a month tier. You can check out what benefits those come with on the Patreon. One other thing you can do that's totally free that helps out a lot is rating the podcast on your podcast service of choice. So where you can leave a rating or leave comments, that always helps increase visibility. And then finally, you can follow us on various social media channels. We use most of them, but the best one to follow us on now is Blue Sky. So that's just ingressinsights.bsky.social. Search for Ingress Insights on Blue Sky, you'll find us on there. Finally, sharing the podcast with friends, family, other agents who want to listen and get updates, so it helps out and helps get interviews with various Ingress people or other game related people to then increase visibility more. So anything you can do from those is great. Thanks again for listening, agents. Have a great day.
Intel package transferred.